We will be discussing about disaccharides. One of the disaccharides is sucrose, another disaccharide is maltose, the other disaccharide that we will be discussing is lactose. What is a disaccharide? This on hydrolysis give 2 units of monosaccharides that can be of same type or of different type. For example, see here. Sucrose is a disaccharide whose molecular formula is C12H22O11. This on hydrolysis you 2 units of, that is a D plus glucose, D minus fructose, D minus fructose. Here sucrose is a dextrorotatory. Sucrose is what? It is a dextrorotatory, which is indicated by the sign plus. It rotates the plane polarized light by 66.5 degree. Whereas D plus glucose is also dextrorotatory, which is given by the sign plus 52.5 degree. Fructose is levorotatory, which is shown by the sign minus 92.4 degree. So the overall, if you see the overall result, the levorotatory nature of fructose is more when compared with that of glucose. As a result, sucrose is invert sugar. Sucrose is a dextrorotatory, but on hydrolysis it is converted into levorotatory. That's why sucrose is a invert sugar. Invert sugar. You are understanding here that dextrorotatory nature of the sucrose is given by plus 66.5 degree. That means it rotates the plane polarized light by this much degree. This on hydrolysis give D plus glucose, D minus fructose. Already I said, you cannot say whether a compound is dextrorotatory or levorotatory just by looking at the formula. It is a measured physical constant. It is a measured physical constant. This D plus glucose rotates the plane polarized light towards the right side by this much degree, that is 52.5 degree. D minus fructose rotates the plane polarized light towards left hand side, that is levorotatory, given by the sign minus. But if you see, the levorotatory nature of fructose is more than the dextrorotatory nature of glucose. As a result, the sign is changed from plus to minus. From plus to minus, clearly it is greater than that of glucose. Hence, sucrose is called invert sugar. Sucrose is called what? Invert sugar. And these 2 units, D glucose and D fructose, they are linked to each other. They are linked to each other by an oxygen atom, by the loss of a water molecule. Such a linkage is called glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. Please remember here, these 2 units, that is D plus glucose, D minus fructose, they are linked together through oxygen atom by the loss of a water molecule. Such linkage is called glycosidic linkage. Here, if you see, this is alpha D glucose, beta D fructose. There is a loss of water molecule from first carbon of alpha D glucose, second carbon of beta D fructose. Thereby these 2 are linked with each other by an oxygen atom. By an oxygen atom. That I will be showing now. Please see here. This is the structure of alpha D glucose. This is the structure of beta D fructose. You need not memorize structures. They won't ask you to draw structures in examination, but you have to remember where is this linkage form, where is this glycosidic linkage form. See here, CHOH of alpha D glucose, second carbon, this is CH2OH, first carbon, second carbon. To this second carbon there is OH as well as this CH2OH. Water molecule is removed. See here, minus H2O. This 2 units units of glucose linked to each other through oxygen atom by the loss of water molecule. Thereby, when HOH is removed, is nothing but water molecule. Now, what is finally left? Oxygen is left. Oxygen is left. They are linked to each other by oxygen atom. By oxygen atom. Please remember here. Again, I am saying there is OH. There is also OH. Water molecule is removed, and these two alpha D glucose, beta D fructose, they are linked to each other by oxygen atom. Such a linkage is called what? Glycosidic linkage. You remove water molecule here, HOH. H2O is removed. What is that now? Oxygen atom is left. These two are linked to each other by oxygen atom. Such a linkage is called glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. This is glycosidic linkage. Now this structure is sucrose. This structure is sucrose now. This structure is now sucrose. Suppose to this we add water. To this we add water. You will get again glucose and fructose. You remove water from this D glucose and D fructose. You remove water. You eliminate water molecule, you will get sucrose. You will get sucrose and hydrolysis due D glucose, D fructose. You add water molecules to this D glucose, D fructose, again you will get sucrose. Sucrose is a reducing, non-reducing sugar. It is a non-reducing sugar. It is a non-reducing sugar. Please remember here. And it is also invert sugar because the sign of rotation is changing from plus to minus on hydrolysis of sucrose. The dextrorotatory nature of sucrose is changed to levorotatory. Levorotatory, which is seen, which I have earlier discussed. See what is the dextrorotatory? By what degree it rotates the plane polarizer line towards the right side, that is plus 66.5 degree. Here, when this is hydrolysis, that is on reacting with water molecule, you are getting D glucose, D minus fructose. It rotates the plane polarizer line towards right hand side, that is plus 52.5 degree. This is rotating the plane polarizer line towards left hand side, that is levorotatory. But the levorotatory nature of fructose is greater than the dextrorotatory nature of glucose. So the overall result is levorotatory. So the sign is changed from plus to minus. So sucrose is called invert sugar. Invert. The sign is inverted. It is from plus to minus. Plus to minus. That is invert sugar. And now we have seen what is this glucose. You draw the structures. You need not memorize these structures or you don't need to get confused. Where is this glycosidic linkage form? C1 of alpha D glucose, C2 of beta D fructose. That is very important. Where is the glycosidic linkage form? C1 of alpha D glucose, C2 of beta D fructose. Now we will be discussing maltose. Maltose is also disaccharide which give 2 units of alpha D glucose. 2 units of alpha D glucose. Structure of alpha D glucose is shown here. Now again I am saying glycosidic linkage is very important for us. Here if you see first carbon of alpha D glucose, fourth carbon of alpha D glucose, where the OH group is bonded to that carbon. Water molecule is removed. Water molecule is removed here. Water molecule is removed and these 2 units are linked by oxygen atom. Finally you are getting what? You are getting maltose. You are getting maltose. OH, H, remove this, what? It is removed as water molecule and finally what is left now? Finally what is left? Oxygen is left. These 2 units are linked by oxygen atom. Such a linkage is called glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. Please see here, there is oxygen atom what? Glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. The two units of alpha D glucose linked through oxygen atom. Linked through oxygen atom or oxide linkage. That is called the glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. And maltose is a reducing sugar. Reducing sugar. And where is this glycosidic linkage from? C1 of alpha D glucose, C4 of alpha D glucose. C4 of alpha D glucose. Please take a screenshot here. What I am saying is, what is glycosidic linkage? The two units of monosaccharides linked through oxygen atom by the loss of water molecule. That is called glycosidic linkage. And what is this? When these two units are linked through oxygen atom, what is that structure? Now it is the structure of maltose. It is the structure of maltose here. Please remember here, these two units, that is the structure of maltose. Again to this maltose, if you add water molecule, you will get 2 units of alpha D glucose. 2 units of alpha D glucose. Again from that 2 units of alpha D glucose, if you remove water molecule, again you will get maltose. Beta D galactose and beta D glucose. I already said. How is the glycosidic linkage formed? Glycosidic linkage is formed by the loss of water molecule. We remove the water molecule here. HOH. Water molecule is removed. Finally, what you are getting? HOH, that is removed as water molecule. Finally, what you are getting here? You are getting an glycosidic linkage or oxide linkage. See, there is an oxygen atom. This is the glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic linkage. So, where is this glycosidic linkage from? That is very important for us. So, now I will be discussing sucrose. Now we will be discussing the corresponding disaccharides and where is the glycosidic linkage formed and whether it is a reducing or non-reducing sugar. Now take C, the type of disaccharide, sucrose. Where is the glycosidic linkage formed? C1 of alpha D glucose, C2 of beta D fructose. It is a non-reducing sugar. Where is maltose formed? Where is the glycosidic linkage? In maltose form, C1 of alpha D glucose, C4 of alpha D glucose. It is a reducing sugar. In lactose, where is the glycosidic linkage from? C1 of beta D galactose, C4 of beta D glucose. It is also a reducing sugar. So sucrose and hydrolysis gives what? They give alpha D glucose, beta D fructose. Maltose and hydrolysis give 2 units of alpha D glucose. Both are of same molecule. Lactose and hydrolysis give beta D galactose, beta D glucose. Suppose if you want again sucrose back by the loss of water molecule from them, that is alpha D glucose, beta D fructose, you will get sucrose. By the loss of water molecule from this 2 units of alpha D glucose, you will get maltose. By the loss of water molecule from the beta D galactose and beta D glucose, you will get back your lactose. Lactose is called milk sugar. It is found in milk. So you need not get tense while drawing this structure. There is no need for you to draw these structures, but glycosidic linkage is very important. What do you mean by polysaccharides? Which yield large number of monosaccharide units on hydrolysis. One of the examples that is discussed in our textbook is starch, cellulose and glycogen. All these are polysaccharides. Now we will be discussing starch. Starch is a polymer of alpha D glucose units. And you know where you find the starch? Starch is mainly found in cereals, vegetables, tubers, etc. and starch is a polymer of alpha glucose, a polymer of alpha D glucose I can say. And starch is mainly consisting of two components. One is what? Amylose and amylopectin. You see the structure of amylose. Amylose is nothing but nearly 200 to 1000 alpha D glucose units. They are held by glycosidic linkages at the C1 of 1 alpha D glucose with C4 of at first carbon. There is a glycosidic linkage found at first carbon of 1 alpha D glucose with that of fourth carbon of another alpha D glucose. And we want to discuss some important characteristics regarding amylose. Amylose is a water soluble. It is soluble in water. It is water soluble. It is I can say unbranched chain. There is no any branching, or you can say straight. It is a straight chain or unbranched, and 15 to 20% of starch is consisting of amylose. 15 to 20% of starch is consisting of amylose, and we can find glycosidic linkages at C1 and C4 alpha D glucose units. C1 and C4 alpha D glucose units. And in coming to amylopectin, nearly 80 to 85% of starch is composed of amylopectin. It is water insoluble. It is water insoluble. It is water insoluble. It is branched. It is branched. In addition to glycosidic linkage at C1 and C4, we can find branches there. That is at please see here C1 of 1 alpha D glucose, and there is a there is CH2OH, which is the sixth carbon here. You can see where is the glycosidic linkage form. OH of CH2OH with that of H. If you remove this HOH here, finally what you are getting? You are getting this is the fifth carbon, this is the sixth carbon. At sixth position there is CH2OH, and here there is OH. OH of this and H of this is removed as what? Water molecule. Minus H, water molecule is removed, and now what is that? Oxygen is there, where you can have glycosidic linkage. Glycosidic, this is the branching occurs at first carbon of 1 alpha D glucose with that of the sixth carbon of alpha D glucose. In addition to C1 and C4 the glycosidic linkages, we have branching at C1 and C6. C6 glycosidic linkages are also found at the first carbon with that of sixth carbon. It is I can say it is a branch. It is branch. And what about amylose? It is a straight or unbranched. It is straight or unbranched. Please remember, you no need to draw the structures. You just remember where are the glycosidic linkages present. In amylose, where is the glycosidic linkage? C1 and C4. In amylopectin, in addition to C1 and C4 glycosidic linkage, you can also see branching C1 and C6. You can also find glycosidic linkage at C1 and C6 of alpha D glucose units. That is about starting polysaccharides, that is cellulose and glycogen. Now cellulose is a polysaccharide. It is composed of or it is consisting of many units of beta D glucose. It is a straight chain polysaccharide, and mainly glycosidic linkage is found between C1 of 1 beta D glucose with that of another C4 unit of beta D glucose. Glycosidic linkage is very important here. And you know, where you find the cellulose? In cell wall of plants is made up of cellulose. That's why you can't break wood. We have cut it with axe. because the cell wall of plants is made up of, which is very hard, we cannot digest cellulose, and it is a straight chain polysaccharide. Here glycosidic linkage is very important. And now coming to glycogen, it is the animal starch here, which is present in human beings. It is stored in liver, muscles and brain. Whenever we are in need of glucose, this glycogen is converted to glucose by enzymatic activity, or by the activity of enzymes. Glycogen is converted to glucose. And also you find this glycogen in yeast, which is a unicellular fungi, and fungi also you find. Yeast is also fungi, but it is unicellular. It is a fungi is multicellular. And now coming to importance of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are very essential for both plants as well as animals. They serve as a reserve food material, that is in the form of starch for plants, in the form of glycogen for animals, and honey has been used as an instant source of energy in Ayurvedic system of medicine. And you know, cell wall of plants is made up of cellulose, which can be used as a wood, and we also get cloths that are made up of cotton, that are nothing but cellulose. Cotton fibers are nothing but what? Cellulose. That is about carbohydrates. We studied carbohydrates. That is, first we studied what are carbohydrates. They are hydrates of carbon having the general formula CXH2O taken Y times. And also we studied types of carbohydrates. They are monosaccharides, they are disaccharides, they are polysaccharides. We also studied about glucose, structure of glucose, cyclic structure. We also studied some reactions that are concerned with glucose. Next we studied about fructose. Next we studied about disaccharides. Next we studied about polysaccharides, and we studied about carbohydrates. Hari Om.